Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for listening to the GR Rideshare Adventures podcast. Just want to touch base and talk about our sponsors. Our studio sponsor right now is Irvine's Auto Repair in Grand Rapids Hybrid, located on Stafford, just east of 131 off of 44th Street. This is a woman veteran-owned company, and it's their 25th anniversary. Stop in, talk to them, say hi to Megan or Jamie. Spin the prize wheel. You could get a t-shirt or who knows what else. Enjoy a cup of coffee and, schedule your service. I was just there last week, and they did my oil change and rotated my tires and did kind of an inspection and actually found a leaking hose, a small leak in my transmission. And so every time you go in there for any kind of maintenance, they do a once-over and to look for any repairs. So call them at 532-6600. Or you can schedule online, irvines.com. Our second sponsor right now is Michigan Insurance and Financial Services of Grand Rapids. Jackie, who is a rock star insurance, she is what you call a insurance broker. So she can get several quotes from maybe Progressive or State Farm or any of those companies and get you the best price. You can call her at 269-569-6127. 269-569-6127 or email her, Jackie at miafs.com. Jackie at miafs.com. She saved me like $75 a month and did not reduce my insurance at all. Like it was apples to apples. So you do need to call her. And third, and certainly not least, no, it's last, but certainly not least, is Dunham Accounting. Call them at 616-734-6914 or dunhamaccounting.com. They do taxes. You are a independent contractor with Uber or Lyft or any other gig economy, and you are a business and you need to write things off and do those things that are appropriate to save as much money you can on taxes. And Kathy and her team will take care of you. They do business taxes, personal taxes, payroll taxes, pretty much anything tax related. Kathy and her team at Dunham Accounting will take care of you. Again, 616-734-6914 or dunhamaccounting.com. Do it soon because the time is a ticking for that. All right, guys, thank you so much. Enjoy the show.
Welcome to the GR Rideshare Adventures podcast. Rideshare infotainment for the new driver, old driver, and everyone in between.
Hi guys, welcome to the GR Rideshare Adventures podcast. Rideshare infotainment for the new driver, old driver, and everyone in between. Thank you for joining us. This beautiful studio is sponsored by Irvine's Auto Repair in Grand Rapids Hybrid. We super appreciate them sponsoring the show. So how is everybody? How are we doing?
Great.
Doing great?
Yeah. Fantastic.
Oh, let's get there. All right.
Is my mic loud enough?
I don't know. Is it?
Loud.
Yes.
Not loud enough.
You are fine,
Bump it up
Jesper.
just a little bit.
Or turn my headphones down then.
Oh, gosh, you guys are so
I know, but he just
bougie.
feels like he needs to be loud, and nobody wants to hear him that much.
Hey.
There, I turned him up and your mic's down.
See,
Okay.
I like
Go
it.
ahead,
I like
Sam.
All right, so tonight we have too much going on.
See, it's not as
Yeah.
easy as it sounds,
I know.
is it?
All right, so we got Pete, Jesper, Jason, and myself in the studio tonight.
Hey.
Hi.
So,
Pete, are you going to pay? There you go.
Yeah.
So you're over there on your phone, not paying attention.
Oh, man.
well, I was trying to load up
Called
Twitch.
you out already.
No, I know. You're good.
What's up with that?
Yeah, we didn't assign the social settings tonight. Who's got Facebook? Who's got YouTube? Who's
I have
got Twitch?
Facebook.
I got
Jesper has
YouTube.
YouTube.
I got YouTube.
Pete
All right.
has everything else, apparently.
I got
There's
Twitch.
3 people watching on YouTube right now.
Excellent.
All
I know,
right.
it's awesome.
So we're going to jump into stories for this week, this podcast.
Yeah.
And I actually wrote my stuff down. So
Good job.
if you guys
I
looked at...
saw you continually recording things.
Yes.
and- yeah.
So I'll just go first. Why not? I had a pickup down by like Steel Cat, and they get in and actually no, it was the Ironwell, and they were at a funeral. So I was like, okay, I'm sorry for your loss, and just doing that. And they're like, yeah, the guy that passed away was like really into heavy metal, like he was in a band. And they're like, can you play some music? And so I'm playing some music. They're like, no, can you play some like rock and roll? So I turned it to Turbo on Sirius XM, which is like 90s, 2000 rock. And they're like, can you turn it up? Can you turn it up? Can you turn it up? I mean, super loud. Like, and I felt so bad because she was wailing in the background, crying.
Wow.
You know what I mean? Like, I think she wanted an opportunity to cry and didn't want me to hear it. But it was like a 22-minute ride to Caledonia. So imagine that as almost as loud as you can. And, so it was kind of interesting. And they ended up going to Taco Bell. And Sam, can you take the trash cans out of the camera view?
Sure.
Sorry, I looked at the screen. I was like, there's a trash can in the camera view.
Oh, there it is. Yeah, right there. There we go.
Thank you.
So was the funeral at the Ironwell?
No, I think he was a bouncer there.
Oh, okay.
And I don't know what instrument he played.
I was like, because that's kind of weird that she wanted metal music at Ironwell, because that's like country now, right?
Is it?
Yeah.
So the guy that actually owns that bar is James Matthews. He actually created Steady Fare. He bought that bar, which Steady Fare was sold to Hope Network, but he owns that bar now.
Huh.
So that was kind of an interesting ride. I never had anyone say play the music as loud as you can, and it be like not heavy. When I say heavy metal, like Tool, System of a Down. Yeah, Tool's not heavy metal.
System's pretty heavy, a little heavy.
So I think it was Monday. I've been asking for ID for some of these kids, and because I'm just tired of it.
Right.
And so someone came out, and not the account owner, and asked for ID. Or she came out, she looked young, and I asked for ID, and she kind of looked at me, once I got a little closer, she definitely was over 21 or over 18. But she kind of gave me a little attitude. I'm like, okay. And the next day I get a speeding violation from Lyft email saying, hey, you.
Oh, my God.
I know. And I'm like, I wrote back. I was like, I don't know who it was. Chances are it was probably this person. I don't typically speed. I didn't say I didn't. I wasn't going to lie to him. I do speed sometimes. And but I'm assuming that's what it was. But I've never got a letter or an email from Lyft for anything. So that was a little frustrating. Who's changing font on the rundown? For God's sake.
Looking for a strike through.
Not me.
You talk about font. That looks disgusting. And lastly, I met a great old lady the other day. I picked her up at Aspen Dental. She's 98 years old, smart as a whip.
Wait, Aspen Dental?
Yeah. I think she still had her teeth.
Wow.
I mean, but it was just cool to pick up someone that was that old. She still could drive. She got in an accident, and she didn't want to replace her car. But she still had her driver's license at 98. I mean, she lived on her own. I was just kind of a cool thing.
I can promise you she shouldn't have still had her driver's license.
Probably not. But she was so tiny, like getting up in my SUV. It's not even that tall, but I'm like, do you need help? Well, I asked her if she needed help getting out. She goes, no, you got leather. I can slide right out of here.
Wow.
She's like, when I get cars with cloth, it's real hard.
Well, did you see that post this week about the guy in the truck who had to cancel a ride?
Yes, because she couldn't get up there.
Yeah.
That's how you know your truck's too tall. I mean, you must have a running board on there, right? On a truck?
I mean, he said she was a larger lady. Maybe she just couldn't hoist herself up even with that.
Yeah.
But
and he didn't off up his
No,
health?
he did not. Palka told him he should have just chucked her up there.
All right, Jesper, what about you?
So I drove the last 2 weekends, and last weekend was great. But I think this story is from the weekend before. I forget. They kind of all flow together. Anyways, I have two stories. One of them was I picked up a guy from the pyramid scheme. And so he tells me he spent all his cash on the pinballs, and he needs to get his car out of the lot. So he only had a debit card, not a credit card. And so he needed me to take him up to the closest bank that was him. And that happened to be up on Wealthy Street. That was in Huntington. It was after 11. So that was the closest. We drove up there. And then something is wrong with his debit card. So he can't get money out, right? So now he's like, oh, what am I going to do? And so we kind of started going back. And at this point, I tell him, well, I can maybe just take you home. He had his Uber account hooked up to his PayPal. So he was able to pay for it that way for the ride. And so I said, well, I can just take you home. So he changed the trip to his home address, and then he said, "Well, I'm gonna have to get back tomorrow." But he was really worried about being able to whether or not the lot was gonna tow his car, whatever was going on.
Which lot was it in?
So this was the lot just across the street from the Pyramid Scheme down on Ionia. No, sorry, on Commerce.
Is that the one connected to the Pyramid Scheme?
No, the one down further from the one we parked in when we were down there. I forget what that's called.
Oh, I just didn't know if there was I know by rumors in Rockwell there's a tow thing in that, but I didn't know if all the lots had that.
Yeah, I don't know either. But anyways, he got really worried about that, and so I really don't know. But I knew I had $20 on me in cash.
Yeah.
So I said, well, why don't I borrow it? Why don't I lend you $20 in cash? You get out of the lot, you give me back the rest of the cash. And then you can just tip me the difference. And
I don't know if I do
that's
that.
ballsy.
It was ballsy, but you know what? It's a little bit of, you got to trust people sometimes.
No, I agree.
So I did, and we did that. He pulled up right after it. He gave me back the rest of the cash, and then he tipped me $12 on the app. So that it was $7 to get out of the lot, and he tipped me an additional $5 just for the case. So I thought it would turn out pretty cool, and as I said, I kind of regained my faith in humanity, so that was kind of cool. So that was all kind of good. Now, then I guess, of course, I lost it later on when I had my puker.
Oh.
I believe that was the same night. I had not a 1-bag, but a 2-bag fare.
That's saying
Wow.
something.
It was 2 different people.
That is
So
saying something.
I was taking 2 couples home.
What bar do they come from?
They came from, wait, I remember, I can.
Doesn't matter.
O'Toole's.
Well, figures.
Surprise.
Picked them up at O'Toole's. And they were
Sorry
going.
for the owners of it.
They were going.
Certain clientele comes out of there.
That's true.
Well, this was 2 middle-aged couples, very nice. But I drove them out to down by Barron Center. Anyways, so I dropped one of them off, and on the way back, pretty much after we leave O'Toole's, it's very apparent that she is way too drunk and she should not have drunk that much and all that stuff. And
Yeah.
she grabs the bag right away, and within 5 minutes, she's using the bag. Right. We drop him off, and then the second gentleman, or the gentleman of the second couple, started using a bag as well, and so it's just yeah, exactly. But then as I dropped them off, I noticed that, of course, she puked on the floor.
Because you're a cat now.
So it's 2 bags, and she also hit the floor.
Wow.
So, yeah. So, and I tell the second couple, I'm going to have to report this. And so, no, you got to do what you got to do. So I did. And I went back and forth with Uber a couple of times, and I did learn a trick. What I learned is if I just zoomed in and just take a picture of it, without having any things around it that kind of tells Uber, shows in the picture how big of a mess it is,
Yeah.
they won't accept the photo.
Yeah.
The moment I zoomed out and and took a photo where they could also see the chairs, and they could kind of see some elements of the picture that kind of shows them how big of a mess it is.
Which makes sense.
It does make sense.
Yeah.
But so make sure you kind of have that in the photo as you report this back. Then immediately they accepted the photos, and I got.
Put a banana in the picture for scale.
You know what else you can do?
Too.
You know what else you can do?
What?
Just be a diamond driver.
There you go.
So what happens with diamond driving?
You just get responses.
Dude, I
faster.
get like 5 minutes.
Listen, he had 3 pukers in 4 weeks or something?
Yeah.
And they all paid.
Yeah.
Quick.
Without receipts?
Oh, yeah. Yep.
See, I didn't have to report receipts either.
It didn't say anything like the next one you're going to have to?
No, nothing.
They're flippy floppy.
inconsistent. Yeah.
Like, I've never had a problem.
But some
But
people,
some
their
of the
very
other people,
first
yeah.
puker, they've had to put in receipts.
I bet it does. I mean, you brought up the diamond, but I bet they probably
Right.
look how many rides you have. I
Oh,
mean,
yeah.
your ratios between cleaning
Right.
requests and how many rides you've done.
Would have been bad for me that 4-week period. It was like every single weekend for 3 weeks.
Oh, it was
Well,
rough.
you know. So,
All right, Sam, what about you? I know you haven't been driving a ton because, you know, you're a big girl job now.
I know.
Corporate America.
Uh-huh.
Shill, corporate shills.
You had Gabe confused the other day. What's CAS? And I knew instantly what you were talking about, but
I figured you did because you didn't say anything.
What's the S?
Corporate America Sam.
Oh, Sam.
She was going to bed. I was like, good night, CAS. Gabe's like, what's CAS? I was like, Corporate America Sam.
Yeah. No, it was good. I mean, I drove Valentine's Day night. I wasn't out for too long, but I wanted to make $100, and I did, and pretty quickly. I mean,
Yeah.
I averaged over $30 an hour that night for when I was out. So
Yeah.
it was a good night. But you know, I had a lot of one group of girls and a couple guys who deemed it Palentine's Day.
I had a
So,
lot of
I
I had a lot of Palentine's
Galentines
days.
and Palentines.
Yeah.
Yep.
And but no couples. I didn't pick up. Or no, I had one couple the whole night, and they weren't out for Valentine's Day. They just happened to be out.
Really?
Yeah. So it was just a weird night. I mean, people were in a good mood.
yep.
I didn't get a ton of tips, but I didn't really expect them.
Well, you didn't really talk about Saturday night. You were out.
Right.
And
Yeah.
Pete
Right.
maybe will
So,
reiterate
I-
how amazing it was on
I
Saturday
drove
night.
10 hours last weekend, and I made $478.
That's nuts.
I mean, it was ridiculous.
Yeah.
I was.
Yes, it is.
No, it was a good weekend. Now think of that number that Jesper said, and later on we'll talk about someone that posted a picture and said, I had my best day ever, and we're like, oh man,
Yeah.
when you do the math, but we'll
Mhm.
talk about that later. What about you, Pete?
So I had 2 pretty quiet weeks, but my last Saturday, day after
What am I, a rookie?
Yeah.
Yes, you
rookie,
Sorry.
Saturday after Valentine's Day,
That was not me. That was Pete. Or,
That was-
no, that was Jesper.
I did actually ask for ID from a couple of kids too.
Did you?
And I had the kid got in, and I was like, how old are you, man? He's like 16. I'm like, I told him, I said, you got to be 18 to ride by yourself, or if you have somebody that can go with you.
Yeah.
And I was really worried because this was those apartments perpendicular to Leonard off of Lafayette.
No, it's-
Yep.
So you know what I'm talking about?
The project.
Yeah. Crescent Projects.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, oh man, this is going to be another, just like Jason had, speed violation or something.
Something I just got to put.
And he's like, all right, hold on. Let me run inside and get my brother. And he comes out and they get in, and it was a really nice ride.
Yeah.
His brother was super nice.
Did you ask for ID though for the
Yeah,
brother?
I asked for ID from the brother, and he was like 22 or something.
Yeah.
So
I mean, it seems kind of dickish, and honestly, the girl was a little fussy, but then we kind of had a conversation, so I wasn't
Yeah.
expecting to get but my rating didn't drop, so I'm like,
But
Mine
rated
canceled.
5-star.
this was on Lyft, though, right?
Yeah.
Isn't there sometimes where
they
they
take the
know-
bottom one out.
Yeah, it won't matter, right?
Oh.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
So your worst
Sure.
rating gets taken out on Lyft.
Yeah.
The bottom
Okay.
one.
Now, my cancellation rate spiked up. I canceled 2 rides, but because I've only taken
On
10?
Uber,
Yeah.
mine's at 6%.
Yeah, so is mine.
Oh, mine
My
is
acceptance
2%.
rate tanked.
Oh, my acceptance
gave
is
up
still
on it.
89.
I
but
gave up. I'm at
I'm
like
still
40.
I'm still above the minimal for Diamond, but
Yeah.
this problem with the app and the sound disappearing after your first ride, you have to force close the app.
Now that's
Oh.
only on iPhone, right?
Right.
Because I don't have that.
I don't have that
on mine.
problem.
It's not everybody.
I am
Okay.
actually having a problem with Uber. That's funny you bring that up. Like with Telegram or like a podcast,
Mm-hmm.
when the notification comes in, it stops everything else from playing.
Yes,
Yep.
I have
And then
that
you
sometimes.
have to go back and replay whatever you're playing.
Yes.
Normally, the just like Lyft, it just kind of comes
Yeah.
through.
See,
Every once in
mine-
a while, my Spotify
Yeah.
just stops.
Mine does that, but then it kills the sound for Uber, the Uber
mine
app.
doesn't do that.
Even if I'm in the app and I have nothing else playing,
Right.
which I don't, I'll hit the accept button and I'll hear the volume drop down, and I have
Huh.
to force close the app
Hmm.
in order to make it work
You
again.
can't just turn the volume back on
Nope.
and off.
Come on, Uber,
Uber.
you're a technology company. You're not a
Glitchy.
transportation company.
Well, they-
So-
They're not either.
not an audio company though.
Clearly. So, just we're gonna jump into some Telegram talk. Just like all this that was discussed on Telegram, I obviously missed the P issue with the audio. You can join our Telegram group. It's in the if you're on Facebook or on YouTube. I don't know how to add links on Twitch or Periscope, but
I bet Pete does.
Probably. Pete's like the Twitch expert. But yeah, join the group. You have to download the app first and then click on the link. You can join it. It's NC17. That's what I rate it. Mm-hmm. It's not always like that, but just to be aware.
It's been really good lately.
Yeah,
it has.
But I also haven't been in there much lately.
I'm not.
That might be, maybe that's connected.
It's not just me, but when like it gets started, and
or
Palka.
you and Gabe and Palka.
Yeah.
Well,
because like even when we're having an innocent conversation, then Palka will just pop in with butts, and it goes downhill from there.
So speaking of Twitch, we have a Twitch contest. We posted in our group. If we get 50 subscribers, I know I made this up myself. Okay. Sorry, guys. If you pay attention to our page, you big corporate shill. If we hit 50 subscribers, we're going to give some merch away. So
are you going to pay for that merch?
No, the business is. I'll sell another ad. And then we want your videos. If you guys ever have a crazy video, send it along to us, and we'll put it up. More on that to come. And then, of course, the picnic.
The picnic.
I have a picture for that.
There it is.
Saturday, August 15th. I know it's February, but we're going to talk. We only podcast twice a month, so it's not like you're going to see it every week or every day.
Use this as a save the date.
So, yep, it's going to be good. It looks like a nice little pavilion. Is that our actual pavilion?
That's the actual pavilion.
Well, nice job on the
sourcing the image.
Sourcing the image. Nice job on the font, especially the GR Rideshare Adventures.
That's a great font.
That was
great
really
font.
good.
Yep. I like that font.
Super appreciate that.
Super unprofessional.
So we got... Wow.
This would be the second annual...
Yes.
Picnic.
So, you can actually say that. It's the second one.
I know, right?
Then we got a couple of reviews.
I thought he was going to screw up annual, to be honest.
What?
Yes, for the reviews are yours. I'm sorry about that, buddy. You forgot he thought he was going to screw up what? Annual. The spelling of annual?
No, pronunciation of
what do you think
annual.
he was going to say?
Not that.
Asshole?
Anyways, so please... rate and review our podcast on Apple Podcast, and a couple people have done that. And here's one from Aaron Dubs. You don't need to be from Grand Rapids because this is the best podcast for a rideshare driver to listen to. New or experienced, there's always information to learn. I listen to every episode, and it really helps me make the most out of driving. Thank you so much, Aaron. And then, of course, we have from Crystal, plenty of information shared, good resource for rideshare drivers. Go ahead and kind of post on Apple Podcasts things you guys have to say. Try to keep it positive. If
you have feedback, just send it to us via Facebook Messenger.
Positive or funny.
Funny. We
funny
like
is
funny.
Always good. Funny is good.
So we've gone for 4 weeks with a review. So who else is going to step up?
I don't know.
We were ranked 256 out of I think it's the top 500 for careers.
Okay.
So I mean,
we're halfway there.
Once we get a review, it bumps us up a little bit. Yeah. So
it does definitely help. So
except the 1 stars.
So to make you laugh, maybe a little bit. No, a friend of mine posted an ad about the bag of dicks.
An ad.
And she had seen it, and she posted. She's like, "Man, I wonder if I have anyone I want to send this to." And my response was, "Well, I send it to someone."
Yeah, I have. If you want to send that, I have someone else. If you want to send it to it as well.
Oh yeah,
send it. Well, you can send it to John again. And I think John needs to review our podcast because he's yet.
Why? It won't be nice.
I don't care. No, I do care. He's
John,
funny, though.
John loves us, though.
He loves us.
And the cool thing is he's going to come to the picnic this year.
Yeah, that's what he said.
Says, so.
All right. We're going to jump into our studio sponsor, Irvine's. Thank you so much for supporting us. They are having their 25th anniversary. I was in this week, and Jamie didn't give me the prize wheel to spin, who was Megan's mom anyways, so I didn't get a prize. But if you go in there, they'll let you spin the wheel, and they'll get a prize and some coffee. I got my oil change there this week, so they actually do have waiting appointments at 8 and 1:30 p.m. So if you need your oil change,
and how much was the oil change for? You do full premium, right?
Yeah, I don't want to tell you how much that was.
Okay.
It wasn't cheap.
I mean,
But they do maintenance, or they do inspect it. They actually saw a slight transmission fluid leak
okay.
on one of my hoses, so it's not like it's your typical Valvoline.
Right.
It was right around Valvoline prices,
Okay.
so it wasn't any more expensive than that. But
I mean,
Okay.
That's not bad.
I think I normally pay $79, something like that.
yeah, it was right around there.
Yeah.
So I just realized I didn't change the number on the slide. Apparently, Megan never told me this 202-5538 does get to them, but I don't know. It's some Google Voice number, but you can call them at that, or I didn't change it on here either. It's 532-6500. I don't know.
We'll change it for next time. For now, just use this number.
Somebody write me a note. But they are actually, Jamie was accepting award in North Carolina today for Female Shop Owner of the Year.
That is pretty
Yeah.
awesome.
Wow, nice.
Yeah,
Nice.
they're a badass shop, so you need to
Yep.
check them out. They're on Stafford, just east of 131 off 44th Street. Domestic, Asian, and Mini Coupes and B&Ws now. The W's.
So
I think-
while you say that real quick, I was just listening to the special episode last week about the Irvines.
With Megan.
Megan, thank you, Megan, and it was just a great episode. So look
Yeah.
it up too. It's posted on the channel, and you can it's a great way to get to know more about Irvines.
Yeah, thank you for sponsoring the studio. We super appreciate it. All right, let's get to Rideshare in the news. You're up, Sam.
Yeah.
Has-
So,
before we get in there, has there been any comments? I've heard nothing from any of y'all.
I mean,
Pretty quiet.
pretty quiet tonight.
there's
Yeah.
some chatting, but
I mean, I shared it in like 76 groups, so
Yeah.
I was hoping to get some new peeps.
I mean, a friend of mine is
No, we
in
don't
the
care
chat
about
room
that.
again.
we don't care.
Different friend, but
All
yeah, we had a couple people in on Facebook.
right. No worries. Just checking it out. Just seeing what's going on.
Yeah.
All right, let's jump into the news.
All right. So our first article, saw this going around on Facebook for a while. It was a Uber driver calls police on gay dads after insisting their crying son needs a mother.
Wow.
That's
I mean,
a lot.
I want.
Like-
I feel like it should. We only.
Did you
know,
check out the ads on this website?
No. Is it pretty rough? Is it sexual based? Is it really? What is
It's
the
very
site?
inappropriate.
Towelroad.com?
Yeah.
Is it because of the words? Is it
Anyways.
like gay sex stuff?
And
Because the words
a
is gay.
few of them, yes.
Screenshots, go. Anyways, get to the story, Sam. What are you
Yeah,
trying to do?
come on, Sam.
Well, I mean, title pretty much sums it up. An Uber driver was, in the car with two guys and their kid, and who was crying apparently, and he just can't understand that two men could care for a baby just as well as a lady can. So,
It doesn't surprise me. People are, would you call that bigoted?
yes,
Yes.
Yeah. It's just like, why can't drivers just be
mind
quiet?
your business.
Just do your job.
Yes.
Like,
Get
don't get
people
it.
from A to B, and don't worry about the rest.
Yeah. And then slap their hand if they ask for an aux cord.
Yeah, there you go. I mean, as long as you're
What more
not
do you want?
like actively seeing like people getting hurt,
Right.
it's not your business.
And yeah, it's really not your business.
No.
So that's disgusting.
So,
Next up is a video. All our videos tonight, I think, are from Dustin. So shout out to Dustin is driving. I appreciate that. This one's about Say My Name. So Jesper and I kind of argued with this for a while, and I kind of backed down and said I kind of like Jesper's way because it's more friendly. But this is about not they're wanting you to say that what I mean.
Right.
Like
Yep.
we'll just watch the video. I'm
Go ahead.
stumbling. So I might not listen to the whole thing. It is 6:48, but it is really a good video.
Say my name. Say my name. Isn't that a song?
Say
Yes.
my name, say my name.
it's Destiny's Child.
We're gonna copyright violation on that.
Yeah. Okay. Sure.
That's not how it works.
This guy, though.
It's not.
Maybe he should pick another job.
No.
No, you're a piece of shit.
It's not how it works.
Yeah, it is.
No, it's not. Call Lyft and ask him. I bet you $100. Call Lyft and ask him.
He eggs her on.
You
Yes.
tell me your name. That's how it works.
That's not how it works.
That is how it works. Call him and ask him. I bet you $100.
No, he's saying that he has to say. I have to say his name, and he doesn't have to say my name.
Fernando? No.
No, don't say it.
Watch out, guys. No, excuse me, guys.
No.
Thank you.
No, he's a piece of shit. Okay.
Yeah.
Bye, Felicia.
I don't think his name is Felicia.
Oh man.
Well, Dustin talks here a little bit. Let me fast forward.
So the question now, is he taking the cancellation fee now?
Yeah, I think he does.
I would.
3.90.
What's going on, all my new, current, and future rideshare drivers and passengers out there? Welcome back to the channel. Today's video is another episode of Say My
Not a
Name.
screenshot.
Yeah, you heard me.
It'll
This
play.
stupid epidemic trending thing
just
that's
talking
been going on for some time now is not the proper procedure for picking up passengers. So riders, pay attention to your app. When we first pull up, you will see our license plate number, the make, model of our vehicle, and you see a picture of us. Soon, you will even have a 3-digit verification code for extra safety purposes. But you need to realize, we have nothing. 9 times out of 10, you are using some kind of crazy fake name like Cinderella, Bob, the Killer, all this other crap out there. So just rolling up and saying, hey, are you Cinderella? That is not going to happen. That's a negative ghostwriter. When we pull up and we sit there and ask you, can you verify what your driver's name is? Who are you waiting for? You should be able to say our name, and then we can sit there and say back to you, Cinderella, or whatever the heck crazy fake name you've used, to verify everything. And in this whole process, if you pay attention to your app, you will see the picture of us, so you could also know that is the correct driver. If the plate doesn't match up, or the picture, or both, do not get into the vehicle. It's simple as that. So don't get all pissed off at us when we try to inform you the correct way that things are. Everybody take a look at this and tell me what you think.
What is this blue thing in his? Is it a light below the seat?
Yeah, it's something.
He's got like a van.
It's a van.
Hello. Mind if I confirm the name?
Yeah, who are you picking up?
No, I'm supposed to get that from you.
No, you're actually supposed to say.
I already did the one thing wrong. He opened the door. He shouldn't
Yeah.
have opened
Right.
the door.
Yep.
No, I'm not.
I'm picking, I know you are. But
No, I'm not, actually.
no, it's and you are going to.
You should have canceled.
Oh, yeah.
And this driver is correct. That is not how it's supposed to go down. Now, me personally, I would have not opened my door until I verified all the information to make sure I had the correct passenger. Otherwise, you risk getting a false report later on saying you picked up the wrong rider. Then there's that, as drivers, we
Identifier in our entire transaction is my license plate number. Good. Then there was no possibility that you got in the wrong vehicle. This is the only vehicle on this planet that has this.
That's also not very easy to get. Also, I don't appreciate you like ridiculing me.
Telling you how the system's supposed to work. I've given over 5,000 rides, and I am not supposed to say your name. It's the only identifier I have for you. I deserve protection too.
That is right, guys. You heard that. As drivers, we deserve protection too.
All right, we'll go back to the main screen. You got to get the gist.
Yeah.
Gist.
Gist.
The gist of it.
Gist of it, yeah.
I mean, so explain. You don't do that.
Right.
You tell them
Right.
your name.
But quite often people will say, I use such and such.
Well, of course, most
And-
people are not D-bags about it, but
Right.
clearly, this was a recent video too. Clearly, this still happens on a regular basis.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. But quite often at night, I will just say, hey, I use such and such.
Yeah, I mean,
And, hey, how are you doing? I use such and such. And they will say yes, and I'll get in.
what about you, Pete? Are you-
Same.
like Jesper?
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah, I ask them what their name is, and they always just tell me.
yeah.
I've never had a problem.
I had a problem when the issue first came about
Right
in the
after
news.
that abduction.
Yeah, the girl in South Carolina.
I
But-
think the difference is I don't ask them, what is your name? I say, hey, are you Brianna? Or whatever,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
So-
what if they just say yes?
Well, then they say yes.
But then you
And
took the wrong rider.
But that's the risk. That's the
and
risk
then-
I take.
but-
I don't change the location.
Yeah, that's what you would
Exactly,
say. You would
yes.
say, she would say,
I will
I need to go
confirm
somewhere
theirs,
else.
yes.
And then you'd be like, okay, you need to change in the app.
Right. And if they can't, you have the wrong rider.
Right.
Yeah. But I mean, why go through all that, I guess?
Right.
No, absolutely. But the other thing too is it is a mute issue, right? Because very soon we're gonna get this 3-digit code.
Yeah, I don't know why they're waiting to launch that. I mean,
Well,
I've
it's
had
gotta
one
be in
pin
separate
ride.
markets, and I know.
Gabe
Gabe
said
has
he
had
got
several, yeah.
a metric ton of them last week.
Yeah.
I
He
got
said-
one.
He said like out of 20 out of 30 rides
Wow.
had pins.
But
Really?
so, let me
Yeah.
ask you this:
But he can't tell people thank you still.
how are we gonna handle people giving rides for other people then?
I know. Well, they're going to have to get the pin. And what sucks about that is going to slow the whole process
Yes,
down.
Yep.
it is.
Yep.
I mean, am I uncomfortable giving like that girl that I asked for ID? What she wasn't the account owner, but I
Right.
still want to get the ride. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like,
That's the problem, right? I mean,
I still want to turn it down. It was, it was an $8-9 ride. I mean, I'll
Right.
turn it down if it's a minor, but
There's supposed to be a way in the app that you can request a ride for somebody else.
There
I've
is-
never done it.
There is a way to do it.
why doesn't anyone do it then?
Because it's an extra step in the menu that you have to do. I think you have to like set it up for that person. And most people just don't want to do that,
Yeah.
especially
Right.
if they regularly order rides for different friends.
Yeah.
They don't want to like set it up for each person.
I get it, but it's a little disconcerting because,
Yeah.
especially if it's not the account holder and they sit behind you in the seat,
right.
like if you're the driver and the passenger sits right behind you,
Really?
which is super, super, super
You're a
annoying.
dick.
Don't ever do that.
Super. Man, it's dangerous because like,
I
what
will
if they
say though, I have bad passenger manners. Like I don't check the plate. I don't do any of it. I just get in the car and go.
Ah,
I know.
Samantha.
I'm
Gonna
the
get
worst
killed one of these
example.
days.
You are. Well, it's just like everything. My wife, who is a nurse, is a terrible patient.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? That's
Yeah.
the one thing they hate is when, I mean, she works with babies, so I guess, but I mean, as an adult, as an
Yes.
adult person, like,
Yeah. No, like I just hop in the car. I generally don't start a conversation because I just got out of work. So I haven't looked at my phone much through the day. I just scroll on my phone.
yeah. The question is, do you tip in the app?
I do.
Did you tip your last one? Do you
I
tip
did.
everyone?
Yeah.
Even if it's like,
If the car is like really dirty, I
Yeah.
won't. That's that. Or if I feel unsafe, like with their driving.
yes, unsafe and dirty. Dirty is so weird
Right.
because you're like in someone else's filth.
Like today was a smaller tip than I usually give because he didn't say hello.
didn't even say hello.
No, and then his shocks were gone. Every
Well, he
bump,
ne-
you
he-
could hear the car. Like,
He
it was
obviously
so,
needed the tip for new
I know,
shocks.
but it was an old car. Like I think it was right at that 15-year mark. But it was
Okay.
he. You can tell he made a real effort to keep it clean.
See,
It wasn't stained. It smelled good.
I would probably appreciate mechanical better than the inside, but I do appreciate someone trying to.
Yeah, I mean, with the exception of the shocks being bad, like it was fine. His brakes were fine. They didn't squeal. It just every bump we hit was.
See, I'd rather have a clean inside of
Yeah.
the car versus
Really?
Like I
Yeah.
get that shocks are expensive and it's an old car. I wouldn't replace them
Right.
either. And he's just still trying to make a little
I
bit
don't
of money.
understand. Maybe I'm stupid mechanical, but like I've never replaced any shocks in any of my cars in all my life. Is that something that wears out? Like, I mean,
Yeah.
I assume it does, but
Yeah, when you hit it, especially I think doing flex will actually for a lot of people
Oh,
is
yeah.
going to destroy their shocks.
yeah, because
all those back roads.
Yeah, and the bumps, the pothole roads. I mean, but I mean, a lot of times I think the springs just break.
because I have 206,000 miles on it, and I've never changed any.
Your car probably has a good suspension
That's
system.
right, it's a Honda, bro. All right. So
Doesn't
Jesper,
mean anything to me.
let's talk about this long trip.
Yeah, so I mean, obviously, I know I posted this in the group, and I think I call BS, right? Because there's no way this ever happened.
Well,
It's
is it a
supposedly-
legitimate request?
well,
You think it's photoshopped?
oh yeah,
No.
it's something.
See-
There's no way it's a real request. No way.
You think it's photoshopped, Pete?
I mean, first of all, it's obviously
It's well over the 12-hour time limit.
right, and
Yeah, but
and-
does Uber have that, or is this? Yeah, Uber
Yeah.
doesn't have that.
Yeah, they do.
No,
Yeah,
they
they
do.
do.
I thought Lyft had the limit, but Uber didn't.
no,
Uber
no, no,
does.
Uber has the lift.
No. She's saying like 12 hours of driving
Oh,
without a
yeah, yeah.
rest. But
Right.
Lyft has a 3-hour limit on a trip.
Yeah.
Uber doesn't have
Oh,
that.
yeah.
No. But and I think California might even have stricter rules, and if
So-
that's where the ride's starting.
So what would you do in this ride? You drive for 12 and then have to have 6 hours off? And then how do you, I mean, they would kick you off the app.
Right. I think at that point, I don't think they really have put that into play, because didn't Gabe say that he had a long one where he got kicked off towards the end?
That was on Lyft.
Yeah.
Pretty sure. Because they have a 3-hour limit and it was Chicago, but
Right.
it was on the north end of Chicago. So it was a little bit further.
I'm guessing that they would just log you off, and at that point, you'd have a passenger in your car, and you'd have to work something out.
Right. So let's say they did let you do this
Right.
and there was no limits. Would you do this?
No.
I mean, that's not that much money for
No, $2,500 at most
for
to go across the country.
it's 2,400 miles.
Right.
I was looking at the minutes. I thought it was miles. I'm like, wait, we're not going around the world.
Yeah, 2,400 miles.
Yeah. Imagine the 20% tip on that.
Well, and again, you have to, sleep, pay for, whatever on the way back. You got to sleep at least one, 2 hotel rooms.
Mm-hmm.
Gas every 300 miles, right? I mean,
what's everyone's longest ride? I know you haven't. You've gone to Detroit, but you've not done Chicago, have you?
I did.
You did Chicago, and I know you're Chicago.
yeah.
I went to Ludington.
Detroit.
Ludington's closer than
I went
Chicago,
to Traverse City.
but-
I think that's farther than Detroit, isn't it?
Traverse City was
It's
rough on you.
rough.
Yeah.
That was rough.
The
That was
Ludington
rough.
trip was rough for me.
Yeah. Was that during
It was the summer.
EDM festival?
No, I did go to
Rothbury.
Yes, Rothbury. I
Did you
did.
almost say raspberry?
But Ludington was just like the middle of the day on a Saturday. This dude flew in and needed to go to to Ludington, and it couldn't fly into Traverse City, I guess.
Yeah. I don't know who else is. I think Uber Phil had gone to Wisconsin.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, that's really up
In his
there.
Tahoe?
No, this is.
Okay.
I think it might have been his Jeep, though.
Ugh.
Had that white Jeep. I can't think of anyone else in our group that's gone any further
Yeah.
offhand, but.
Yeah, Mom went to Chicago and to the state border, but that's it.
Right.
What's up, Pete?
Yeah. Because you're up next. I didn't want to. Oh, you
I was trying to.
request a ride? Does it let you?
No.
What does it say?
Well, it says confirm.
Do it. Put Jesper's PayPal account under there first.
It doesn't show the price, though, ahead of time, so I don't know if that's real or not.
Well, if anyone wants to do it, go for it.
Let us know.
All right.
All right, so today my Uber driver was a Chinese man, and he thanked me for not declining the ride because he needs the money. He promised me he wasn't sick. This breaks my heart, and if I catch you
Don't say the F word.
MFs being
I just read
racist, I'm throwing hands.
Yeah, it's just a tweet. This frustrates me so much. Why are people being like this? Like, you guys, the flu.
They're buying into the hype.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, the flu. We all have a better chance of dying of the flu because we drive people all the time than this. And it's like he's just trying to make a living, and people are declining it because he probably is. Well, he's got an Asian picture, but it's just don't be like. Why do people get into that stuff? I just don't understand.
Well, the coronavirus is not like it's attacking more people just because they're Asian. It happens to be
COVID-19, by the way.
It's what?
COVID-19.
Well,
That's the name of it. It's the COVID-19.
Well, they call it coronavirus.
Yes,
Yeah.
but it has a name. This
Oh.
specific virus. It's COVID-19.
Were you sighing at Sam?
Yes,
yeah,
he
of
is.
course.
I did try ordering on Lyft and Uber to go to Florida, and neither will show me a price.
Didn't some lady supposedly drive from here to Florida for somebody?
It was approved. It was like a gimmick. I'm sure of it.
Huh.
But anyways, the hype for this corona, whatever.
COVID-19, apparently.
And I'm surprised Sam didn't drop the knowledge that the Lysol that we have does not kill the coronavirus. It's a different virus that's on the back of the Lysol, apparently. That's what she told me, but I don't know.
It's true.
I'm just, I believe that. Okay, so this next one, it's kind of a, we'll watch some of it, but it's kind of a long video. It's yours, Sam. Did you actually watch it or not?
I watched part of it.
Part of it, whatever.
No, I don't
Hello,
have
my
to watch
friends.
it all.
Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to my beautiful Rideshare revolutionaries. It's me, Gio.
Oh, my left
Y'all know
ear.
what the fuck it
It's
is.
Geo.
All
Me
righty. Today I was doing a little bit of browsing on YouTube and I came across this video of a driver in New York. One of my best friends is from the Bronx, New York. I'm gonna go ahead and say this was either in the Bronx or the passengers.
You're so sensitive to volume.
Yeah, it's
I
very
know-
loud right in my ear. Like it's so much.
Were from the Bronx. That accent's very familiar to me. And I mean, obviously, I'll let the video speak for itself.
Yeah, get to it,
Long
bro.
story
Yeah.
short, 5 people with a very small child tried squeezing into a small economy car, and the driver was not going to allow them to. Words were exchanged,
I thought the story
and
was gonna speak
so
for itself.
after the video, I'm going to break down everything.
What is he,
that
me?
went wrong. Okay, so here we go to the footage.
No, I can't take 5.
Like his
It's enough
effects.
cheese. What are you talking about?
This is a X. I don't have extra cheese.
Exactly, it's an X.
X.
Exactly. That means as many people as I
No.
No, yes it is.
No.
As many people as I tell you.
It's fake, but it's an X.
I can't. You have to order XL. You have to order XL.
No, it's an X. No, it's an X.
X? No. No, I can't do that.
What do you mean?
I can't do that. I'm gonna get in trouble. No.
No, he should have said right there as she was creeping in, no, get out of the car.
Yes.
Like,
Right.
put your hand up right there because
Yeah.
once they start getting in,
That's a lot harder to
Baby
get out.
here.
No, I can't do that.
Are you fucking like that's crazy?
I don't have extra seat. I get a ticket, but it's
No, you're not going.
No. I'm sorry. I can't do that.
She's in the front.
No, I can't do that.
And the rest is in the back.
baby's
I can't do that. I can't do
You're
that.
gonna have no love for that.
No, I can't do that. I can't do that.
This is crazy because I do
Do
all
it
the time.
XL. X is for 4
I don't
people
have-
max.
No,
4 people
no,
max.
X is not for people.
No. I'm sorry. I can do that. I
Are you
can't.
about to drive off?
No, I'm not driving off, but I can't do that. Sorry. I can't do that.
Oh, no, this is ridiculous. Well, I already paid my money.
Call extra. Call another one.
I already paid my money. So.
remind me not to buy a Nexar camera because it sounds like crap.
Yeah.
It's not paid. So as long as you
Yes,
know.
I did pay my money.
It
I
doesn't
already
matter.
paid
Yes,
you.
it does matter.
No.
And bring it in the
No,
car.
you don't get in the car.
Yes, I am.
You don't get in the car.
Yes, I am.
No. I'm sorry.
Well, I'm already in the car. We already in the car.
Doesn't matter. You don't want to fucking get my car. X is for 4 people. X is for 4 people. No.
This guy's patient.
No.
I cannot believe the stupidity going on in this video.
This is crazy.
Oh, no car
You
seat.
pay her money.
No, doesn't matter.
I does this every day.
Doesn't matter.
So what would you do if they snuck in at that point and they wouldn't get out? Would you just take the keys and just get
Yes.
Yes.
It's so hard to go away from your own property,
Call
though.
the cops.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll watch a couple more minutes, little bit more, and then we'll kill it. We're not watching the whole thing.
Pull the car. Let's go. No, but my money, my extra $5. It's fine. I'll pay you your $5. Let's go. I got time for this. Hope you fucking crash and burn, you fucking chink.
No, you're being racist.
Yeah, because you was being
Oh, you're
racist too. Stupid, talking about we had a fucking weapon, you fucking asshole.
So there was 5 in the back?
Let me record
Yeah,
him.
4 plus
Yeah,
the kid.
record him.
No, 3 plus
Before I
the
get
kid.
out.
No, there was
And send it to his
like
company.
somebody standing in front of the girl with the white shirt. There's somebody.
Send it
Yeah.
to his company.
Wait,
You know
no.
what? You know what?
Holy crap.
Four in the
I got
back.
your
One in
back.
the front.
We got it. Be quiet.
Well, anyways, I don't know why it's 8 minutes. He must talk.
Right.
But
This video brings back memories. Summertime.
It's so long of arguing though.
So
well, yeah, I
So
just if I could
much
tell
wasted
any new
time.
driver or old driver, don't argue with them. It's not going to work. I mean, yeah, he eventually got them out, but in the meantime, he had to
Right.
call the cops.
Yeah.
They got racist to each other. Well, they did the females to him.
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, honestly, like, I mean, I'm not always the best about making sure my doors are locked when I pull up to passengers, but if I see children, doors are locked.
Yeah.
Yes.
Always.
Always.
Yes.
Or if I see a group that is not fitting in my car, doors are locked.
Yeah.
So that's I like that about my car. They're always automatically locked. You know, I have to unlock them.
Me too. When I go like 6 miles an hour, now when I go and park, my door will unlock, but
Right.
the rest of them stay locked.
See, all mine unlock if I go into park.
You can change that.
Yeah?
Yep.
Yeah.
You can change it.
My car, they all stay locked at all times until the car is completely off.
Oh.
But I've gotten in the habit of unlocking it for mom.
Oh,
That it's just natural for me that I pull up and I unlock the doors.
Right.
It's out of habit.
it is annoying for Amazon though, because
Yes,
like every
it
time I have to
is.
go in the back, I have to make sure because it unlocks my door, and then I have to hit the unlock button one more time so I can, because it's nothing's worse than you go.
Yes. Yep. All the time.
When I use my buttons to open the door, obviously they unlock right away. So that's
Right.
kind of cool.
But what could we take away from that video? Number one, leave your doors locked,
Yep.
and let's figure this out.
Number 2, don't argue. If you don't like the attitude you're getting, just leave.
Yeah, I usually give them 30, maybe 45 seconds.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then
The problem is you get comfortable because like I don't leave everything locked during the day.
Right.
I mean, I just don't.
I
Unless-
especially leave everything locked during the day.
Really? I just see what's coming my
You do
way.
get the worst of the groups during the day. Honestly, like drunk people are drunk people, but generally they're
They're
going
not
to get
gonna
in
be-
the car. They're
right.
fine to get in the car.
I just feel, I don't know, I feel less, not stressed. That's not the right word, but I just am not as strict of it during the day unless I see what's coming.
Right.
If I see they look young, doors are locked. I don't
Mhm.
unlock them. If I see they have a child with no car seat, I don't. I just roll the window down right away. I'm like, sorry,
Uh-oh.
not doing it.
Mhm.
Yeah, I know. So John on Facebook, John, he's apparently from New York. He says it's happened a lot to him at the Bronx, this kind of situation.
Yeah.
So it's got to be. I mean, obviously, it's never happened to me here.
It's got to
And
be.
it's a different market, right? So it's
Yeah.
just apparently X in New York's is likes vehicles. I don't know.
It really boils down the question of why are passengers allowed to get away with so much, whereas a driver
Right.
makes a mistake once
The problem because
and they're
the
gone.
passengers are paying.
Yeah.
They're the one that bring the money in.
I mean, I don't disagree.
Yeah.
It's obvious, but why is like Ivory?
Ugh.
How is that guy still getting rides?
Because he's still paying for rides.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And it just brings up the point even more that it is just so much more important that we all have when we do rideshare driving. We have front and backward facing cameras.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
have to. Yeah, you just have
Just
to.
for your safety. Honestly, I when I first was really pushing the cameras, I thought it would actually help against fighting against Lyft and Uber. I don't think it will. I don't think they want to see it.
No.
But it's gonna
They don't.
it's gonna save you in a liability thing.
Oh,
Like,
sure.
If someone says, if
Yeah.
a girl says, "Oh, he touched me," or he
Right.
slapped me across the face, and you're like, "All right, well, this is clearly an open shut."
Right.
But I really worry. Like, there's been some random deactivations on
Yeah.
Lyft for like no reason.
The only time I would ever even bother trying to send Lyft or Uber a video is if it was meant to be a permanent deactivation and I knew it was wrong.
yeah,
But for the temporary ones, they're not going to do anything. You're going to be offline for the
Yeah.
weekend, and then Monday they'll turn you back on, and that it just is what it is. There's
Yeah.
no reason to do anything about it.
I sent
They
Uber
aren't
a
going to
video.
change their mind.
did you?
I had a girl piss herself in the back seat,
Mm.
Yeah.
and they were fighting me on it. And so I pulled up the video of her walking away with
the
the
stain in
wet,
the back.
wet spot on her.
Yeah. I think I would actually hire an attorney if I got deactivated for some bull crap, and I had video that I could
Proved it.
prove that I was in the right. I would
Right.
probably hire an attorney. I mean, as long as it was reasonable, I didn't have to pay out the ass for it.
I have mentioned a couple of times too, but that I had video. I never had actually sent it. It wasn't necessary, but I've
Right.
mentioned a couple of times. I have this on dash cam.
And
Yeah.
would they say anything about it?
No, it was all. It was early on when there was incidents with puke incidents, and no, they didn't mention anything. But I did say that. So whether or not it actually helped, I don't know.
Right.
Yeah.
But that was back.
That's what I did with I don't know, maybe I shouldn't say his name, but
No,
Ivory.
he's not going to see this.
Because Uber deactivated me for violating a federal protected status.
What's that?
He
Claimed
Ivory
that
claimed he was disabled.
he claimed that
Oh.
I refused to pick him up because he was black.
Oh, yeah. Federally
So
protected.
when I talked to the Uber special team, I was like, I have the whole thing right on video.
Yeah.
And they're like, well, this guy already has, I think she said 2 or 3 other banned accounts.
Well, there's your sign.
Right.
Is it Jeff Foxworthy? Or, I can't remember
No.
which comedian.
Yep,
Here's your sign.
Here's your sign. Yep.
All right, we're going to jump into our next sponsor. It is Michigan Insurance and Financial Services. Jackie, call her at 269-569-6127. I definitely have to reach out to her and see if she's had some conversions. I guess I don't, if you need insurance. I mean,
Does she do house insurance too?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Something like that, she might have a customer.
Right. Yeah, she saved me about $70 a month, and it was like apples to apples on when changing services from my former company. So call her at 269-569-6127. You can email her, Jackie at miafs.com.
Yep.
I don't know. Yes, I don't know what it is. Miafs?
Miafs.
I just think in my head, MIA, missing in action, FS. So yeah, give her a call. That is her direct cell phone number.
Very insightful, dude.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. If you do reach out to her on Facebook, on their Facebook page, that is the Grand Rapids group, but Jackie is the one you need to talk to. So this is, I don't know who posted this, probably me. When I added it, I'm like, it's really not that fun. It's really not that big of a deal. But basically, this is a person from New York, and they get a text that says, your account, and this is Uber, your account is under review. Call Ryder to contact Uber. Call Ryder to contact Uber.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The driver says, I've arrived. She says, LOL, makes absolutely no sense for me to call you to contact Uber. Nice try, though.
Right.
I don't understand how these scams work.
Well,
It's once they get you on the phone that they then are just good enough at what they're doing to coax things out of you.
right.
So like your password or...
Mhm.
They tried to. I got one of those. Not last summer, but the summer before. They didn't text me though. They called me from like a San Francisco phone number, and they were pretty convincing. But when they started asking for information that I knew they should already have,
Yeah, why do you need that information? You're Uber.
Right.
And Uber will never ask you for passwords or anything like that. So if you ever get a call, just hang up.
And if
Don't
you have
fall
any
for
questions or concerns, there is a blog post up right now, I believe.
Not yet, I think.
Slacker. Slacker.
It might be there soon, I guess.
Yeah. Well,
Excuse
one
me.
was written in regards to scam.
I was going to say, I have not seen it, so...
So, yeah, sorry, that's on me. And the other thing, obviously, you should never do is never, ever, ever lend your phone to a rider.
Yes.
never.
Yes, I covered both sides of
Big
it.
no-no. Oh, so
In the blog?
That's in the
Yes.
blog, too?
Oh,
Both
well,
about
wow.
drivers getting scammed via phone calls and texts, but also about drivers being too nice and letting passengers use their phones.
No.
Well, the blog
Why not to do that?
The blog actually is not supposed to be out till Friday, so...
I know, I'm ahead of the game.
Because you wrote it
What's he
early.
saying, so.
She was being proactive, and
it's her fault.
we threw you under the bus, and it's actually not even due yet. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna take it back.
Thank you so much.
Guess we can forgive you for sitting behind the driver.
Up. Out of
There we
spite,
go.
every ride that I take now, I'm going to take a picture behind the driver and send it to you.
We're gonna build a collection and then shame you.
I think that maybe you should post a behind the
I
driver
should.
video.
Also, I
early.
should just start taking pictures, and then we can make a compilation and have people say, "Were any of these you?" Posted on our Facebook page.
So the joke that's going on is Sam has been taking. They share a car, her mom and her. So sometimes one of them has to take an Uber. And today she took a picture of the driver, and she was sitting behind the driver. Not the picture of the driver, but like of the car or something. And you couldn't really see the driver. And we're like, why are you sitting behind the driver? That is the worst place to sit. Don't you hate that as a driver yourself? And she's like, no.
No.
And we did a poll in our group, and what was it, like 89 to 11? She was
No.
one vote.
I would prefer they sat behind me than sat next to me if it's a solo driver or passenger.
But see, the only times people go sit behind me is when they get in that side door and they just don't want to slide over. And
that's what I
it.
did.
Right.
I got in on Ottawa. I
and
was
I'm
on the
fine
left
with it.
side.
And
Why don't
that's
you just go around?
Because then I would have had to walk into traffic.
Why don't you slide over?
I don't want to slide over.
But isn't it awkward to talk to
No.
the back of his neck?
No, I didn't talk to him. I told you. I
Yeah, but
said
if you
hello
were gonna-
and he didn't respond.
He's probably sitting there wondering if he's going to get like,
Murdered.
choked
He's
by
gonna get
chicken wire.
shanked.
Chicken wire.
Yes, chicken wire was the conversation.
Is that a jump rope in your purse?
Or you just happen to see me.
And I mean, that one lady I talked to me. I mean, she didn't stop, and it did not faze her about where
Even
I
though
was
you
in
were
that
in-
car. Yeah, she did not stop talking the entire 10-minute ride.
You know, that's how Uber driver got killed.
I realized I had a slide up the whole time we were talking. It was Jesper's slide. Sorry about that. We're like being super animated, and it's like, No, just don't sit behind the driver, please.
Or sit wherever you want because you paid for the ride.
You know what? We shouldn't have brought it up, Pete, because now she's going to do it every single time.
I mean, I always get picked up on the left side of Ottawa, so yes, I will do it every single time.
Tell them to turn around and go the other way. It's a one-way.
Somebody did that on what night was the country concert? Saturday night.
Yeah. Well, that little bit of Ionia, like when you come out of that parking lot and to get onto Fulton, a lot of people want to go onto Fulton, even though you can't go that way. People do it all the time.
Well, there's signs that say don't.
And
well, this person came from Fulton and came down Ottawa the wrong.
Whoopsies. That's a big no-no. All right, Jesper.
Nope.
We talked about this earlier about this guy had... go ahead. Sorry. I always like start telling the freaking stories.
So this guy, he obviously had an awesome day. He drove 10 hours straight. There was no special events or anything like that in his market, but he drove 10 hours straight and he made a whooping $232.08, which if you do the math,
it's not horrible.
No, it's not.
On a weekday.
For a Monday.
It's not horrible at all.
On Monday.
But yeah, an average Monday.
And he's done at 8 p.m.
Right, but it's still only $23 an hour.
I've never worked on a Monday in the morning until 8 p.m. and made that much money.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah. For a Monday during the day, it is good money.
I guess what I want to do is put it in perspective. Yes, Jesper had a really good weekend, but if you work those bar times on the weekends, I mean, he doubled that in the same amount of time that guy worked 10 hours.
But so I had a good weekend, right? But normally I will drive between 12 and 14 hours and I make the same. So most weekends I will make over $400.
Yeah.
Right.
The other thing is was he doing X? Was he doing XL?
Right.
Comfort? Select?
Yeah. Which again, I mean, an Uber X on a Monday during the day, it's not bad money.
Yeah.
But when we're all used to making $30 to $40 an hour on a Saturday night, it's like, wow, that's not good money.
No.
Comparatively.
When I think it comes down to what we talked about a lot of times is driving smart, right? Instead of driving harder, drive smarter. And so,
I mean, probably used a whole tank of gas for that.
Well, exactly. What is it you said, Pete? Pete, you simply don't drive that often on Mondays.
Well, I'd say if you want to be smart, just go on Facebook and ask everybody else.
How are the roads?
You all have a local group that would be sure to happy to answer that question.
I think that everybody's going to Pete that's going to be snarky about it too. No, that's not what I mean. You got to figure out what is the right time to drive in your market. And in Grand Rapids, it's certainly not, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday during the day. It's just not. Mm-hmm. So, in the busy hours, sure. But then
it all depends. I mean, I had a ride today that I got a $3.25 surge on from downtown to the airport plus a $10 tip.
Right.
And I got a share of the surge. I made $35.
Right. So not bad.
That's rare.
Yes. And the tips, again, make a huge difference.
Yeah, $10.
If you don't get any tips all day, you could have a really bad day. But if you have tip after tip, I mean, your day could actually be quite good.
It all depends on how much effort you're putting into it, too.
So if you keep sitting behind the driver, you may not get any tips.
Exactly.
It's never going to die.
Speaking of jokes, Pete.
So, did you hear about that Uber driver who was involved in an accident and lost one of his eyes? He received a $25 million settlement. Problem is he ain't going to see half of it.
Perfect.
Laugh of that is good.
Yeah,
for the
that
soul.
was good. That had me cracking.
I know.
up.
I actually enjoy that because every time you look at the groups, it's usually someone bitching. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? It's fine. Like
the occasional joke is really
Robert
nice.
Emmons. I don't know if you created that. I don't care. It's some funny shit.
But he posts quite a few funny things on that page.
Does he?
Yeah, I see his name pop up quite a bit.
I didn't recognize.
So Dan on Facebook would like to know how the roads are.
Oh my gosh! Tell him to go ask.
Not a standing joke.
Tell him to go ask Mr. Hendricks.
Nate. Yeah. All right. Next up, it's a video. This was sketchy. I heard there's a couple different accounts of it, but this is where the person went Facebook Live. Mm-hmm. So we're gonna watch that.
Oh, well, we gotta stop it because look, I got 4 kids. I can't be riding like this. You can let us out.
Right. Hey.
Yeah, you can let us out, man. We on I don't know what street we on.
Hey, bruh.
You can let us out, bruh.
Hey, bruh. I can't let this guy go. Oh my gosh. Hey, yo.
Oh my God. Hey, son.
I begged that man to please stop. He kept going. That was the scariest moment of my life.
Oh, he's on his phone too.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, he dialed 911 and handed the phone to.
Yeah.
Richmond 911, where's your emergency?
Hey, we in the Lyft and we just got hit. So the Lyft driver is following the person.
Okay, so you're going to need to stop it in order to...
Won't stop. He won't let us out either. Cause he want to catch the dude. And we running through red lights like 2 people almost hit us.
Yo.
Okay.
I just want to get out. Like I got 4 kids.
Tell him that he needs to stop.
Okay, he can hear you, ma'am. He can hear you. He can.
Oh! He almost hit a guy in a bike.
Oh my God, shorty.
Somebody just hit us. He's trying to catch the man. We're on the boulevard now. I'm in pain. My whole side hurt.
Well, I doubt that.
Hey, bruh. Hey, yo. I beg you. Yo. Yo, Sade. What is they? Recording with a potato?
What? What did you say?
Are they recording with a potato?
Anyways, man, that is so scary because I don't know what I'm thinking as I'm watching this. What would I do if that was happening?
Right.
I mean, you can't hit him in the side of the head because he's driving.
Right. You can't really do anything about it.
I mean, you could try to put it in park.
Yeah.
But you're going to go flying forward when you do that. I just don't know what you do there.
Yeah. Even if you tuck and roll, you're going to get hurt.
Oh, that's so scary.
But even you as a driver wouldn't rage so hard to do that.
Oh, absolutely not. I would stop immediately.
Right.
Like,
you wonder if maybe he didn't have insurance or something, or didn't have the right kind of insurance.
Here's what happens. People get offended.
But then you would run away. You wouldn't chase.
Well, people get offended when their property is messed with and someone else isn't responsible. Like, I would want to chase that person, but then I'm like, wait a minute. I have insurance. Who cares?
Right.
I'm going to, it's going to be fine.
Yeah.
Is he going to get caught? Well, did your person get caught? Did you ever follow up on that?
I followed up, but I haven't heard anything.
You haven't heard anything? I mean, he had a plate number, so it's kind of hard.
If anybody bothered to look, I'm sure she was found.
Right. Was that a cut on Pete?
No. Oh. The police.
Oh, yeah.
It's a cut on the police.
Yeah.
Okay. I was like, wait, Pete. But yeah, I don't know what you would do. I just think people want to be like, hey, justice, justice, justice. You hit me, I'm going to chase you down. But you know what? I might chase him down if I didn't have passengers in the car?
No.
Maybe.
I wouldn't.
Would I run red lights?
No.
Probably not.
No. It's not worth getting into another accident over. It's just not.
Well, when we all screamed, if you guys heard that, he almost hit someone on a bike.
Yeah.
And it was a red light.
And then he got hit.
Yeah. What an idiot.
Yeah, he was not the smartest.
No.
Tool in the shed. Oh, I'm up next.
Yeah, Jason, come on.
It is
You're going to
yellow.
like this one.
Oops, I'm way behind.
Not that one.
I know, I'm behind. So I posted this in the Gig Economy Lounge, and Shane Constable says, this comes up, won't play. And it's a picture. We actually use a site called Chartable. And what it does is when you click on it, it lets you choose which app that you may have on your phone to download the podcast. So he's like, this comes up, won't play. So someone says, you have to choose one of the listed apps. It will open the podcast in the app. He goes, She says, so he says, so I got to download another app. So many. It should just play off Facebook or YouTube. I don't want to have to download more and more and more and more and more and more S. It's like every freaking day I got to download another freaking app. He says, if you're posting S on Facebook, it should just play on Facebook or at least link to a YouTube channel. Why do I got to effing download an effing thing? She says, she ramps it up. That's why I use Apple. They have the podcast app already on my phone. Nobody says you have to download another app. If you don't want to, just don't do it.
Right.
And then he says, so then don't listen to the podcast then. Okay, great. Good promotion. A better answer would be, yeah, you're right. They should have made it so it plays off Facebook, blah, blah, blah. So there was more conversation on that. I ended up sharing the Facebook link for him, sharing the YouTube link for him. I'm like, geez, guy. I mean,
right.
He's got a valid point, but that's it.
Well,
Why? Because
Like
there's too many apps?
all that is unnecessary.
Well, what's the point, though? Like, you don't... Clearly, he doesn't listen to podcasts because there's Google... Well, he has an Android phone because Stitcher popped up, Google Podcasts. I can't read that picture, but a couple other ones. Like, clearly, he doesn't listen to podcasts. Most people would rather listen to it than watch it on the video, so I was surprised he was fussy that there wasn't a video clip.
Right.
But anyways, cite this
He
up.
might not even wanted a video. He just wanted the audio to stream off of Facebook.
Right,
I'm sure Android has a podcasting app built in.
Probably.
They
Or
do.
podcast
Google,
player.
Google Podcast is that he only has
But
to
it's
do a
not
click
built
out.
in.
Yeah, it comes now. The newest version is already.
It comes built in? Yeah, I don't think Facebook can play in the background, though.
And again, if
Right.
he wanted,
Neither
he
can
could have
YouTube.
just opened YouTube, typed in GR Rideshare Adventures.
Yeah,
Boom.
it was funny. He was being like, I
A
don't know.
child.
I'm sure he's a nice guy. I think I caught him at a bad moment.
Yes, he must have been frustrated about something
You're gonna
else.
promote it. So, all right, last ad of the day is Dunham Accounting Services. Obviously, if you haven't called already, I mean, you still can, but it's getting down to crunch time. I mean, it's
we have a month left.
Yeah, but is there going to be an
2?
appointment available?
True.
Yes, getting an appointment. With the hard
That's
part.
what I worry about. I'm sure they can fit you in, but call them at 616-734-6914 or at dunhamaccounting.com. Kathy and the team right there will take good care of you and get your taxes done. Please don't do it yourself.
No.
Please don't do it yourself. Don't do TurboTax. I mean, yeah, okay. TurboTax probably would work. Sam's going to do hers herself because she's a professional.
Right.
But the rest of you, I mean, you go to Irvine's to get your car fixed.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, it's like, even if you just do it once with the professional, then you can at least like reference it when you're doing
Right,
it,
but-
yourself the next year and be
Yeah.
like, oh, well, this went here.
Yeah, and
That makes
Yeah,
sense.
that's going to be a hard no for me. I'll
Well,
just go to a pro every year.
You got screwed.
Yes.
I mean, he...
Like,
I'm
do you
not-
need some lube for that? Like, it's so bad.
Yeah, we won't talk about that.
Yeah.
Well,
Go to Dunham.
Yes,
Yes,
go
please.
to Dunham.
Don't go where I went.
Obviously, I always go to a pro because I don't know the difference between a W-2 and a 1099.
Yeah, for our last video.
So there's that one. But
You know what? Speaking of that, I'm going to get off this ad. So,
Uh-huh.
Leo trolls us on YouTube. Like, every time we post a video, he finds something wrong with it. And then he's like, 1099, bro. And then what do you say about, your puker video, not your puker video, but talking about
Right.
your clean out. He's like, because yes, we recorded it standing up, the video vertical instead of
and I learned my lesson. I won't do it again. Blah, 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 blah.
Leo. You're lucky you're a Patreon member because we'd throw your ass right under the bus. So,
Oh, wait. So that's not what you just did?
no, this was loving. You're up, Jesper.
So why... I don't understand why I have to talk about the vehicle requirements changing on March 1st, 2020.
Well, you posted it. I'm pretty sure. I tried to keep everyone.
I don't know. See, I thought it was because of the whole comfort thing. See, I don't know if anybody have heard.
He
I am
just
the
wants to
only
plug.
one in the group that can do comfort. So, one or more of your vehicles will soon be ineligible to receive the request options you have been getting. If you'd like to continue to be eligible to receive these requests, you can select the vehicle that is 2005 or newer.
Well, I know who posted this, and he's a veteran, and I don't know. Someone was like, I don't know why he posted that because it's like they were like, yeah, you can't drive anymore. And he's like, yeah, duh. I'm like, well, why did you post it then? I don't understand.
To share with us that he couldn't drive anymore.
Yeah,
Right.
So
That car.
So it's 15 years, which is insane.
Yes.
Right.
I mean, my car is 10 years old and it's got 205. If I drove that thing another 5 years, it would probably be John level
Yes.
mileage on that thing. That's my goal, is to get at least 300K out of that thing.
Yeah.
I got 95
Good
to
luck.
go.
So is he
You
going to
don't
get
think so?
Is he going to get a new vehicle?
You've
Or is he
already
just gonna
poured-
stop
Yeah,
driving?
I think he already has another car.
Oh,
This
okay.
guy?
Yeah.
His name's Jim, right? Clump?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
he
think
had other cars that he could
Okay.
drive.
Yeah. But he
Okay.
liked this one because it was sporty or something.
Right.
Yeah.
Too bad.
Well, it is frustrating that people do maintain their cars because his car is probably immaculate.
Right.
Even though it's
Right.
15 years old. It may have less miles than my... well, he drives a lot, so
Yeah.
probably not.
But again, it's probably in great shape. It's probably cleaner than some of the cars out there.
Yeah.
Sure.
You know?
Yep.
Yeah, he's done everything right, but just because the number,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
it
Well.
does suck.
It does. Well, I can't wait till Jesper lose comfort. So,
Like, honestly,
Shots fired.
the next time one of us buys a car, we need to just buy something that has comfort.
Oh, I'm
just
definitely
to
getting the
spite
comfort
him.
ride next time.
I'm buying a Tesla. I'm going
getting your rides and getting your tips.
Hey, do it though. Do it, right? Because I mean, again, I'm not bragging or anything, but there's like 4 or 5 rides every time I'm out.
Oh, you said you got 8 last weekend.
Well, yeah, there was
2 days.
2 days.
2 days.
Yeah.
So we won't talk about tonight because it kind of came in late, but Lyft is launching some sort of Uber.
Yeah, their own comfort program.
Dumbass. Yeah, their own comfort program.
I thought like
So,
select,
so you're
right?
saying I need to get back on Lyft?
Well, I don't know why you don't.
Because I'm lazy.
Well, I mean, Uber has treated you
Yes.
well, so why would you? I mean, how often? Honestly, when you add it, when it's really busy and you add another app, it does get a little sketch.
Oh, yeah.
Because you don't know which one to do. All of a sudden, you flip over to one, it's like, oh no,
I think
should
in
have been
Grand
in this one.
Rapids, though, it's not an issue anymore.
You don't think so?
No, because why would you ever go to Lyft? The chance of you getting one of those stupid power zones
I
is
know.
like
I got one last
10
weekend.
to 1.
Yeah, and you get-
$17 power
Right.
zone.
When they do rarely happen, they're good, but they're
Did you get a
so
ride?
Yeah.
infrequent, it's not worth taking
Yeah.
the time to look.
And they
Right.
don't share the revenue. So if you get like a $3, whatever that is, and you go 30 miles, you just get $3.
Right.
Where Uber would share some of that surge.
Yeah.
Right.
I hate that Lyft is taking advantage of the riders and
I know.
not paying the drivers. Do you guys ever tell people that?
Yeah, when people tell me how much their Lyft would have been
Well,
when they bring it up first, then
Oh.
I'll have that conversation.
but when somebody says, so everyone inevitably asked, do you like Lyft or Uber better? I said,
Right.
lately Lyft has been taking advantage of the drivers and
Yes.
really gouging the customers.
Yes.
Oh, you're so nice. You
When
should hear what I
people-
say.
yeah.
Oh, really? Do you go nutty on them?
No, I mean I keep it civil, but
Well,
Yeah, when
I
people
will,
bring it up, then yeah, I do.
I will ramp it up if they continue the conversation. But I just say, I'm like, honestly, Lyft is like, it helps me during the day, but at night, I would, Uber is at least not raking the customers over the coals.
Yeah.
well, it just boils down the numbers. I have 6,200 Uber rides and 2,200 Lyft rides, and I started on Lyft 3
Before.
months before
Yeah.
Uber.
Yeah.
Yeah, when people at work ask me, of course they do.
Right.
That's the same answer. I was like, don't take lifts at night. Like, just don't do it because your driver's not getting any chunk of that extra money you're paying for.
Yeah,
it.
and really,
just take the Uber.
and really, the passengers do want us to get paid. Like they
Right.
want to make sure that we're getting a portion of. If they're like,
Yeah.
oh man, it's like pricey tonight, but at least you're getting paid, right?
Right. That's
I got
always the goal. Like,
$3 more. How much you pay for that ride? $100? Yeah, I'm gonna make it like $6 on this.
Yeah.
Unless you tip me in the app.
Right.
Yeah.
and that always upsets them so much more than just, I paid $40 for this ride, but at least you're getting 25 of it.
Yeah.
Right. Like it's,
I don't know. I used to really like Lyft. I used to really. I mean, they're trying to become profitable. That's what they're trying to
Right.
do, and
Sure.
they're ripping the drivers off. Not
Right.
that Uber's not doing some of that stuff either,
But
but
there's many ways of becoming profitable.
right.
Yeah.
And you don't have to increase rates.
no, I mean, they could just increase rates, but
They could-
not screw us out of.
They
Yeah,
can-
if you're going
a
to charge
fair-
the customer $100, we should get a
Yes.
little bit more of it. I'm not
Sure.
Right.
I think. I mean, I don't like the sticky surge with Uber, but at least they're sharing some of it. At
Yes.
least they're not being like
I-
Lyft.
I think it's proven that the sticky surge isn't nearly as bad as everybody was thinking. it was
Correct.
gonna be.
I agree.
It's just not.
No, but anyways, Pete, Zoom. If you want to talk about this,
Yeah.
I won't click over.
Some of my notes on today's Zoom conference. This is a post on the Detroit.
Yeah, so Zoom is a new rideshare app that's launching in Detroit only, right?
So I looked up Zoom. I tried to do some research on this because I'd never heard of it. And there's actually 2 companies that go by Zoom. There's Zoom Rides and then Zoom.
Well,
but they
there's-
both call themselves Zoom.
Well, it's not another rideshare company. It's the FaceTime thing.
No. There's 2 rideshare companies
Called Zoom.
Oh,
well, that who screwed that one?
One
up?
of them is based by Niagara Falls and only seems to deliver in Niagara Falls. And the other one, Zoom Rides, I think it wouldn't actually show me like a service area.
Yeah, they're still starting. I know Leo was going to go to this one or whatever, but you can read down. Which is interesting.
So some of the notes: approved airport runs, advertising for Zoom at baggage claim, probably with a discount for riders to download the app. Working with Clear Channel for airport advertisement and radio advertising. Partnered with 313 Presents. They handle venues throughout Detroit. All tickets purchased and emailed to have a Zoom advertisement. Working with hotels, concierge services, downtown bars for being rideshare exclusive. Free Wi-Fi for Zoom customers only.
Well, let's go to that. Free Wi-Fi for Zoom customers only. Won't they all be Zoom customers? So I'm like,
yeah.
I don't understand. Well,
it's just password protected.
Oh, that's right. Because otherwise, if you're taking Uber rides, they wouldn't want to offer the Wi-Fi for, the Uber riders. Okay.
Tablet use where we can make additional money. Octopus.
I don't know if it's that, but it's
Something
probably
like that.
Yeah.
Multiple platforms such as concierge service, chauffeur service. Riders can favorite a driver.
That's huge.
Yep. Mm-hmm. And both of the two Zooms that I looked up had that as an option. So
yeah, I mean, it's one of the most requested options on Uber and Lyft is getting the favorite driver.
I get those requests a lot.
Yeah. I mean,
I need to get business cards made.
How can I get you next time?
I know. I was just going to say, if you're a full-time driver, you need to make business cards and connect that. I would recommend still doing it on the app, but the person can call you and chances are they're going to tip you a lot more than some rando because they know you. You're getting that personal service. Right. So
I had that Valentine's Day. I had picked up a couple from home, brought them downtown, and then they connected with me through my Instagram.
Okay.
Later on the night to pick them up.
Yeah, what's that Instagram? I forgot to let you shout out your stuff at the beginning.
Riding with Retap.
Yep. Riding with on all platforms, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Right. All right. Sam, you're up.
All right. So this article is about New York City cabbies avoiding Chinese neighborhoods over the coronavirus, COVID-19. So, again, we said this earlier tonight. In the United States, COVID-19 is not a problem. There's a couple cases here, but ultimately
confirmed cases, or are they still?
Yes, no. There's like 15 confirmed cases here, and then one person died. They were elderly.
In the U.S.,
mm-hmm. They had come back from China.
That's it. I'm done driving.
But again, like I would be more concerned about like getting the flu, getting a cold, getting anything than this. The odds of this, we don't have the poor infrastructure, the poor sanitation that rural areas of China have.
Yeah.
That's just not how the United States is. It's not going to spread here like it does there. People are healthy.
But
the odds are so small.
Yeah, because what do they say? Like 8,000 people a year die from the flu?
Right. And again, we have the infrastructure in place for it to never get out of hand like that.
Yeah.
It's just that China doesn't.
Right.
That's it. So this fears what it boils down to is racism of, Chinese people or Asian looking people, I'm not going to pick them up because maybe I'll get sick. I mean, you can maybe get sick from anybody.
Now, I'm not going to lie. Would I think about it getting into it? I would think about it, but I would still get in. I wouldn't be like, nah, get the next one. Yeah. I mean, that just seems stupid to me.
Right.
Plus, I'm trying to get somewhere.
Well, I think it's pretty uninformed, right?
You're just watching the big news.
Yeah, whatever. The scare tactics.
What does it say? Read it out.
It's 12,000 to 61,000
a year
per year
for the flu in the whole country or the worldwide
for the U.S. since 2010.
That's a lot of people.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, the flu is really deadly.
Maybe it was 8,000 in Michigan.
Maybe.
I mean, 7 million.
And so wait, we have 15 cases of the coronavirus.
Yeah. So calm down.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Next up, this is kind of have to do with the coronavirus. This guy tweeted, says, got into a Lyft with a MAGA driver for an hour-long ride and told him I didn't want to talk as I was in shock because I just found out I shared an airplane with two people who had the coronavirus. Sat there occasionally coughing in silence. Best Lyft ride ever. I mean...
That's
pretty
a
funny.
Great example of trolling.
Right. Now, if you
trolling for a bigger purpose.
Right. And now if you had comfort, you could put in the app that you didn't want to talk, right? Yes,
oh, absolutely. Yeah. You can tell you want warm and cold too.
Yeah. So, little toes are cold. You can warm them.
I know. Yeah, I know.
All right. So, Jesper, there's a question in the Facebook chat that may not apply to you, being that you're white. But no, I'm going to get to this. There's a good reason for that. The question is, have any of us ever discussed the interactions they've had with riders who are racist to their drivers because they don't speak English. And while Jesper does speak English, he has a thick accent, but he's also white. So it might not be a problem. He gets as much as non-English speaking people who aren't white.
I'm going to go on a ledge and say that judging by all the tips he gets.
Right. It's probably not a problem.
That's because he has knee
generally
pads.
it's
because why?
Knee pads.
Yes.
It is not a problem, generally, no. Actually, it's quite often a conversation starter because people they want to know where I'm from. And then it's oh, it's so cool. You're from Denmark? Like the country? Yeah.
No, the city. The city in Texas.
There is several cities.
So that's kind of how I feel when I dropped my car off at CarStar a few weeks ago for some body work. The guy who picked me up was from India.
Mm-hmm.
And that was kind of like, we had a great conversation.
I never
he was a bad driver, though.
I never have a problem with it, but I am a little frustrated when I can't understand them. Like,
right. Well, it's hard to hold the conversation.
I will try better, Jason. I'm sorry.
Yes, that is directly targeted to Jesper.
No, not you. It's just like I picked up somebody from the airport. Nice guy. And we're having a conversation. And, it was fine when the speeds were 35. I could, hear him and understand. But then he was kind of a quiet talker and then had a huge accent. I was like, uh-huh.
Yes.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Like, it's not his fault.
No.
But I've never, I'm assuming you never experienced racism.
No. Apparently
it wouldn't be race. It would be,
it
wouldn't be racism.
It's racism.
Against your accent? Yeah, that's racism.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
No, there's another word for it.
Oh, it boils down to the same thing.
No, I don't know.
But
somebody researched that.
So he just mentions that that's something that other drivers have told him is that sometimes they get mocked for their accents by their passengers, like right to their face.
Wow.
And that's so rude.
Well, here's the problem. A lot of those guys, in that it's fine. I mean, I do it full time right now too, but they need that money, so they're not going to cancel that ride.
Right.
I would slam on that freaking brake so fast.
Yeah, you want to make fun of me just like that in my face? You can walk.
I picked up and I was, it kind of reminded me of this, but I picked up a Mexican couple. There's a
Jesper.
Yeah,
it's Hispanic.
Sorry, Hispanic.
No, actually, I mean,
if you know they're from Mexico, then
true.
that's an appropriate thing to say.
They were Hispanic. I'm sorry, it was my knowledge. But anyway, there's a Hispanic bar over on Division, and it's
Metro.
It's open late.
Tequila.
Right?
No,
whatever it's called. No,
what?
not Metro. It's the one
It's
that's kind of behind.
Yeah, it's Aqua something. It's lit up in neon.
It's
a club.
And I picked up a nice couple, couple there, whatever they're called, and they were super appreciative that I picked them up. And here's the thing, they were so crazy. Quite often they would say, "Yeah, it's always a problem getting people to pick us up back here because people cancel."
Mm-hmm.
It's not because
it's a rowdy bar.
It's probably not so much. I guess it is because of the people, but it is a very rowdy bar.
It is.
But every time I picked up often over there, and it's loud, but people are just having a good time.
Oh,
that bar close?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Obviously, it's a couple blocks from my house, so sometimes I'll catch a ride there on my way home.
Yeah.
And I mean, like fighting and yelling and screaming. And again, it might just be drunk people, but it is a rowdy crowd. And I'm going wrong. I've picked up there. I've brought people home from there. It's just,
I've never turned anybody down.
No.
But whenever I go there, I'm like,
I have never seen a fight back there.
Really?
And I've done it many times. Picked up.
I guess
stay away from my house.
A lot of people milling around makes me nervous.
Yeah.
And that's always the problem over there.
So you don't like crowds.
Okay. Don't like crowds.
No, it does suck for people.
Yeah.
I feel bad people that get
can't get a ride
like that. I mean, it's just
a hard parking lot too to navigate in and out of. It really is.
It's in and out.
Just drive through.
Not when there's people going to their cars.
Just turn the music.
Yeah, because the side street is packed on both sides too.
Right. I used to just drive through and then around
music
and
that's
out.
played there.
It's not.
Just gun it.
If I hit somebody, it's okay.
Sam and I are having our own conversation. Is that the right Mexican music? What did they play there then?
I mean, it's Mexican music, but it's
I think that
not
was unacceptable.
Stereotypical. It's not that.
What is that song?
Racist.
What? That's the first Mexican song that popped in my head?
No, but it's a music style. right?
Yeah, it's
It's
good
not.
style.
It's and I forget what it is called, but yeah.
Mariachi? Is that
Ma-
right?
yeah, mariachi.
It is
yeah.
not mariachi music.
But that's like
Oh.
a club.
yes.
Like
but
they're-
they play like I'm sure like Pitbull gets played there.
Pitbull?
Yeah, he's famous
He's
south of the
Latino.
border. He is famous south of the border. Like, he's a popular guy.
No,
We're getting in some deep waters here. I think we should.
We better stop.
He's
Next.
He's just a very popular like Mexican
We better stop.
artist or Hispanic artist.
So this article you're
Pitbull?
getting into, Jesper,
Yes.
is this from Grand Rapids?
So I think it is. And I think I recognize exactly where it's at. If you see that blue sticker in the back, I think that's from. It's a building on Michigan, if I recall correctly. Now, obviously, it says tacky. I know. Yes, absolutely tacky, and never put it on.
Well, read what it says.
So, Lyft sticker in the windshield, and then on the windows themselves, it says, "For school, play, or work, don't be a jerk. Tip your driver. Don't forget to tip." And tacky, I know. Yes,
Yes, that's
That's
horrible.
awful.
it's horrible tacky.
And for once, for school, you shouldn't be taking anybody to school
Right.
because they're going to be minors.
They're going to
unless
college.
mom or dad is there in the car.
That's true.
So anyway,
So
you're right.
the 30% of the time that ever happens.
I tell you what, man, every time I roll up to a stop during the day, I'm like, all right, I'm throwing the dice down. I'm like, it's going to be car seat or kid. I mean, after 9, you're okay, but 7 to 9 could be anything.
It all depends on whether or not I'm out driving. Because if I'm out driving,
Yeah.
I'm going to get all of them.
Can you let me know when you go out so I can make sure that I'm
yeah, like
safe?
a magnet.
But yeah, I don't understand why you would write that on there. I mean,
And can we also talk about how dirty this car is?
well,
Yeah.
yeah, it is pretty dirty, and I don't know if what if he takes that through the car wash? Maybe it was a joke. I don't know.
It's just, it's super tacky. That's for sure.
Right. So the last video is Pete's. Did you watch it before I play it?
Yes. I think I sent it to you, actually.
No. That's not it. We got one video left.
Yeah.
No, not your video.
Yeah, I know.
He knows what you're talking about.
Oh,
You're
I'm
the
sorry.
only one who doesn't know what we're talking about.
What it's about? Then say what it's about. I don't remember.
I don't remember.
Just play the video.
I watched it earlier, and I'm pretty sure I sent it.
I know. I watched it too.
Oh, yes. Now I remember. God.
Oh yeah, she gets.
I didn't realize it was
Whoop. Hey, Karen.
How long you gonna?
Okay, go ahead. You were going to say something.
Just watch
So
the video.
basically-
It's way too long.
Yeah,
Wait.
basically the video is she wants him to wait like 20
15 minutes.
Okay,
15
15 or
yes.
20
But
minutes. So
still.
she gets real fussy. Karen is really upset.
All the drivers wait for me that long.
well, we're supposed to meet by 5.
I will not be able to wait. For
I
you
already
until 5.
paid you, and I'll give you a tip.
I can't wait until 5. It's gonna be 16 minutes.
15.
I can't. You will have
I
to.
just paid you, and
Yeah,
I
for
will
the-
give
for
it
the-
back to you in your tip
for the
because I
one
can't
way.
leave here because I gotta pick up my son.
Okay, Karen,
but
calm
I-
down.
I wouldn't
wait
have
until-
hired you as my driver if you were gonna do this to me. I'm gonna do the biggest complaint to this.
Okay.
Oh my God, you are the worst driver I've ever had.
Okay.
This went from
Ever
0 to
fucking
60. Like,
You're disgusting.
And her
Oh, her
son or
face was not
daughter,
blurred.
her son
Hers
or
isn't.
daughter is in the seat next to her.
yeah.
I mean, like,
You can hear, I don't know if it's a boy or girl, but you can hear the kid like trying to hush his mom.
Really? All right, I'm going
Towards-
to play.
15 minutes? I've had people wait longer.
Ooh.
That's other people.
Well, you
Okay?
can't get me out of your car, though, really.
Thank you. Have a good day. Happy Valentine's Day.
No.
Oh,
Happy
look at I froze her
Valentine's
face
Day.
that way.
Oh.
He said, have a good day. Happy Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
In her
man.
face.
I'm here to pick up my kid, and you're making it more difficult on me because you're being an asshole. So fuck you. No, not happy Valentine's Day.
Jason.
You can go fuck yourself, and I'm gonna give you the biggest fucking
Yeah, you
complaint
hear the
I've
kid?
ever
Yep.
given. I've never given a bad complaint. You're a fucking horrible Lyft driver. Horrible
Horrible.
fucking person.
We'll have to probably mark this
You
one
are.
explicit.
All I
Yeah.
need was some help,
think
and
so.
you won't even help me. What a disgusting disgrace of a human being you are. You are disgraceful. I
Shit,
hope
we're
you
going to
go
get a
back to where
copyright
the fuck
violation.
you came
Oh, well.
from.
why?
We
Because of
don't
music in the
deserve
background.
People like you here.
People like you?
And I've never said that to anybody in my life.
Oh, I doubt that, Karen.
I
Welcome
do too.
to my new self. You're an asshole.
Okay.
You are a fucking disgusting human being. You're gonna sit here until I get a new ride.
Can you get out, please?
Not until I get a new ride, because there's no place to go in. So since you're kicking me out of your car and you told me I
Apparently
had
the
a
school doesn't have an
goddamn
entrance.
stop on your ride.
What'd you say?
I said apparently the school doesn't have an entrance.
Nope. And it looks like it's real cold out.
Please, ma'am, can you leave the
Nope,
car?
not until I
He's
get
so
a new
calm.
ride. You fucked
You
me.
can go
You were
inside
gonna
and-
sit
Yeah, we're gonna have to
until I
mark
get
this
into it.
explicit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You think?
8 minutes. Oh, should have just waited, shouldn't you have? And
I
sure
will
you
not
could have
wait
gotten the
until
money.
8 minutes. I have to leave.
Oh, you're not gonna leave and let with me in the
I
car?
have to.
No, you don't have to. That's your choice.
Let me just go inside and talk to a police officer. Maybe we'll let you live.
What?
You're such a disgraceful human being. I hope the fuck. Bad karma, motherfucker. Just wait. You're gonna
Oh.
get the worst goddamn thing come
Her
to you in the
kid's
next
shushing
fucking
her.
2 weeks you just watch. Words are power, motherfucker.
She seems like the kind of person that forwards emails that say if you don't send this, you're going to have bad karma.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I want to. I'm not taking her side by any means, but she may have been having a bad day. Doesn't excuse what she did, but
Right.
I always want to. I always.
She
I
must
don't
have
know
had
why
a
I always-
really bad day.
What?
Yeah.
She was also super, just
Matter of fact, you mean?
matter
just-
of fact, but also like, this is what you need to do.
right.
There was no apologetic about it. If she
No.
would have just taken a different attitude and say, I'm so sorry, I'm a little bit early here. You know, I didn't mean to do this. I know you're not supposed, I know you don't have to do this, but do you mind? Do you know?
Yeah, just the demeanor.
Yeah.
I have to ask a question, and I thought that they released this option. Can't they tip while the ride is going on?
Yes.
Will the driver know that they did that?
Not until after.
See, that's what they need to do. They need to be like, and we've talked about this before, like it pops up, be like, oh, like even before the ride, like if someone can't get a ride, they're like, oh, we're going to add $5 tip.
Right.
But I think that guy would have stayed. Would he have
Probably.
not have? If a $5 tip rolled up, he'd be like, okay.
Well, she said she was going to tip him.
I
Right?
don't know if I'd
Well-
stay for $5, but for
Well-
15 minutes?
Well, you're gonna 5 and drive anyways. So now you're
He couldn't 5 and drive. He was halfway there. This was the first stop of a
Yeah.
ride.
He would have just had to end the ride.
Oh.
So yeah, no,
Okay.
he had picked them up, went to school
Okay,
to pick
I
up
missed that.
son
I
at
missed
school
that
or
point.
whatever, and they were supposed to go back home.
Ooh.
Now, $10,
Yeah.
Hey.
Probably.
50 is 50.
It
right,
would be
Pete?
real.
$50 is $50.
It would be really nice if you had the option when you're on a multi-stop ride like that to actually cancel the ride.
Yeah. You
Without-
can't because you have to end
you
it.
have to end it. And then you can be rated and you
I
just,
thought
like,
about it today. I brought somebody to the bank and I was like, I got a Grubhub order. I got to go. But I'm like, oh, they're going to 1-star my ass if I leave
Mhm.
them here. So I waited. So
yeah, it'd be nice. Sometimes it's just not worth the $2 or $3 and you could just be better off just canceling and moving on.
yeah. Changes a little bit. I guess I can see her frustration when, I mean, it doesn't excuse what she did and what she
No.
said, but I could see why she was a little frustrated.
But at the same time, the app tells you keep your stops.
True. It
To a
says
couple
3
minutes.
minutes, and
Three,
I
yeah.
give people 5.
Right.
I'd be like, I can wait up to 5 minutes.
And I think had her demeanor just been different, I think it would have been a different story.
That's definitely true.
Yeah.
I mean, she was just, no, I paid you. You're going to do this.
She was having a
She
bad
was
day.
a word I can't say on the podcast.
You catch
Oh,
more
Karen.
bees with honey than you do vinegar.
That's right.
Exactly, right? I mean, yeah, absolutely.
Speaking of swear words, join our Patreon. Yes, we thank everyone that's already a Patreon member. We appreciate that. Sam and I and Gabe are recording the Gig Economy podcast next week.
Did you
Wednesday.
confirm that with Gabe?
I did.
Okay.
I did. So if you join the $10 tier, after 2 months, you get some free merch. It's a hat, just to let you know. But you also get the Gig Economy podcast, and then you get the behind the scenes of why'd the music just stop? That was weird. Anyways, you also get behind the scenes of stuff. We don't actually do any photos or videos. We should probably start doing that. That would be kind of fun. Jesper might Never mind. But anyways, go to patreon.com/GRRideshare. I was going to be disgusting, and I thought I better stop. Although we're going to mark this one explicit, so we might as well go for broke, right? Anyways. All right, Facebook shenanigans. Sam, you are up.
What about Pete's video?
Oh, shit balls.
I guess we're going for explicit.
Well, here's the thing. I put it at the tail end because I didn't even label it. So, tip time.
Tip time, Pete's
what is the
video.
tip time?
Tip time is, you want me to talk about it first or play the video?
Yo, whatever you want me to do.
I want to play the video first. So this was Valentine's night. 2,100 hours. Right in front of the tavern on the square.
So the people that are listening, he basically stopped right at the intersection and let his passenger out.
And they just walked in the middle of the road.
Middle of the road.
Yeah.
So, look, like two people were just killed 2 blocks away.
Yeah.
Going through the middle of the intersection.
There's been, 3 accidents on that little strip this summer?
Right.
Those people that passed away were actually in the crosswalk.
Yeah.
It was just, my point is well, go ahead.
The point is, you got to be a little more safe about the passengers in your car.
But what if he didn't have a choice?
No. I would say, please do not. I've had people say, well, get out here. I go, I would appreciate it if I could pull over to the side before you get out.
Well, sure. But I've had people just open the door.
Yeah.
And
I've had a
what am I
couple of
supposed
those.
to do? I mean, I would do the same. I would definitely say, no, please close the door, whatever. But people still.
I just mashed the gas. It's like a 1 second delay. He had to figure out what I was saying.
No, there are times like when I'm on Fulton and I get stopped at Ionia and people are going to back 40 where they just want to like fly the doors open and go.
Yeah.
Right.
And I'll be like, hey, can you just wait till I turn onto Ionia?
And
they're always okay with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
I always tell them ahead of time. I said, look, I'm going to go to the alley right next door to back 40.
Ooh, that's actually a good idea.
I pull in there.
I do the same. Unless there's 4 cars in front of it and I can't get into the alley because
I do. Whenever I go to the Bob, I give people a heads up. I'm bringing you to the back door.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's where I will drop you off. It's where I recommend you be picked up tonight.
I have dropped people off at Fulton, Ionia in front of Grand Rapids Brewing, but it depends on how many people in the car. If it's a couple and there's 4 cars and it just turned red and they want to get out, I'm okay with that.
Right.
Because
I know
not
impeding traffic.
Right. If they got to slide the seat forward and it's XL, hell no, that's not happening because I'm not impeding traffic. So
yes, sir. Apparently, John mentioned in YouTube, but the Periscope isn't working.
Oh, I don't know.
Well, yeah, but I kind of ignored it.
So yeah, tip time.
I don't know why it's not.
Don't drop your passengers off in the middle of the intersection.
Oh, I forgot to hit go live.
Oh, wow.
Well, it's like
intersection.
Oh, I forgot to hit go live.
Oh, wow.
Well, it's like well, we'll get out of that. I don't know why. That was
like,
weird.
whoa.
Whoops. Yeah, I forgot to hit go live. So like Twitch
Deja vu.
Got some Star Trek stuff going on up
Twitch
here.
will go live by itself. I don't have to do anything, but I forgot to hit go live on Periscope.
Okay.
So no one watches on there anymore.
Sorry, John.
John was apparently.
Yeah, well, he wasn't watching shit because like. So yeah, tip time from Pete. Don't drop people off.
Yeah,
right.
Yes,
just be
people
careful.
off in appropriate loading areas.
But Jesper does bring up a good point, or maybe it was Pete. You got to take care of your passengers. You kind of got to protect them
from themselves.
Remember, I have a 23-year-old son. These kids are this
old fart.
I know. These kids are the same age. Like they're dumb. They're like little baby calves. They're like, okay, don't go. I mean,
particularly once they get a couple of drinks.
Right, they're drunk, and they're annoying, but you still got to try to protect them a little bit to a point. I mean, they're grown-ups. I mean, I say they're kids and they're babies, but I mean, legally they're grown-ups, so you can't prevent them from like running in the street, but give them suggestions. Hey, maybe don't get out on the driver's side on Division. Can you slide over on the seat and get out on Rockwell's, and so you don't, take my door off? Anyways. That was a mini
according to Pete, I should just walk out into traffic on Ottawa and then
or
get
slide
on the
over
right side of the car.
I mean, it's not like you were in a semi. You could do like one butt scoot and you're over on the other side. Go, it's your turn.
Go.
Tired of your crap.
Oh, I'm tired of your crap. So I get a trap.
What's a butt scoot anyway?
You say trap?
You don't know what a butt scoot?
You got a trap?
When your butt scoots over.
Well, you scoot, like scoot.
I like
scooting.
But
or like when a dog has an itchy butt because it got worms.
Why did I just do that in my chair? If y'all saw that on video, you're welcome. just scooted my butt in my chair. That was really gross. Sam and Jesper are both. Wow, and I have no booze in me.
I know.
Hashtag butt scoot.
Bad enough, I got one hashtag on me.
Well, don't use a piss jug and you don't have a hashtag.
There you go. Okay.
Facebook shenanigan. So I get a trip last night for KC. Then I get a text asking me to stop a few houses past the pickup point. Okay. As I stop a few houses down, I get another message to please unlock the doors. Okay. Then this woman jumps in and says, please go, hurry, move the car. Okay. Now I say, can you please tell me what that was all about? She says, his wife came home early, and I was waiting in the garage to see you pass so I could get out of there. You just can't make this stuff up.
I mean, I've never had that happen, but I bet it happens regularly. Or like when someone requests a ride when they were like rob a place or something. Like, why would you do? I mean, I guess it's kind of a clean getaway, I guess, because you're not using your own car.
Right.
But oh man, that's funny.
But then you have to wait like 8 to 15 minutes on a search night. You get up, my car is late.
Right. Well, if you got a surge ride, you'd be like, oh, you want to go what? You want to run away from the cops? All right, where you want to go? Let's just keep driving. So this is a tweet. It says, at Uber support, this is my shenanigan. I'm a fellow driver, and I was wondering if it's against user agreement to put, in quotes, we don't love these hoes in the About Me section in honor of Valentine's Day? Question mark? That's just kind of funny. So, here we talk about Facebook shenanigans, and it's a tweet. So
there we go.
Pete, you're up. Well, you actually posted this, so this is your shenanigan.
Pete,
we skipping Jesper?
Yeah, apparently we're skipping me.
Yes. Just roll with me, guys. It's the end of the show. Just roll. I put you Pete in first on XSplit. So
okay, Pete, your turn.
All right, so this is in the local rideshare group. Is there anyone that could go from 5 Mile area to Woodland Mall for cash? And then I reply, yeah, hit me up.
Well, Pete didn't reply that.
No,
I had a very long reply typed out.
And you didn't hit send?
And I didn't hit send.
See, Pete will go, he goes back and forth. Sometimes he's a good boy for like 2 weeks, and then sometimes something hits a nerve, and I was like, uh-oh, Pete's going off.
He wants to be a moderator. He has to behave.
Yeah.
You want to be a moderator in there?
Yeah.
Do you really?
I mean, I don't know.
He'd have some fun doing it.
I think I don't think you should be a moderator. I think you'd delete a lot of posts. What I was trying.
Yes, the gold mines he would get rid of.
Well, what I'm trying to say is they kind of let us be adults and tell someone. I have reported it to
unless
the admins.
Heaven forbid you say shit, and then they're up your ass about it.
Say shit.
Yes.
The word shit.
Yes.
Like, who did that?
Sometimes people will get you for swearing.
Really?
Yes.
I'm like, as long as you're not swearing at a person, I think it's fine. But I've reported some racist stuff, and they will. They do a pretty good job taking that down. So I kind of like they let us be adults in there. Like, yeah, as long as no one's being a racist or,
downright rude.
Well, there's a lot of rudeness in there. Hashtag Pete.
Well, there's just there's a lot of stupidity. I mean,
right.
Pete on a bad day. So.
Okay, so I guess I'm going to go now anyways. So a happy post to break up the negativity. An elderly woman was on a Greyhound bus that stopped in town. She got out to use the restroom, was in for 4 minutes, and by the time she came out, the bus had left on its way to Santa Barbara. Worst of all her belongings were still on the bus. Purse, phone, etc. It must have been her day. Approached a couple walking through town, and they were the absolute sweetest. Got her the Uber ride to the train station in Santa Barbara, the next stop for the bus. So she hopped in, and although there was a language barrier, I remembered enough Spanish from high school 25 years ago to put her mind at ease that we would get there in time. The kindness of strangers is out there, fortunately, even with it not being the cheapest of rides. So that's kind of cool.
Yeah. Go ahead.
No.
I'm a little skeptical about this.
Okay. Why are you skeptical?
Because when the bus leaves, they have to check everybody in.
What?
But do you know that it happens every time, though?
No.
I mean,
So they have a list of the people that are supposed to be on the bus.
They do?
Yeah.
In particular, Greyhounds, yeah.
Well, I mean, I guess if you have to have a ticket.
Yeah.
Can we just end on a nice note? Why you got to piss on this parade?
Oops. This is a great story.
Great story, Jesper.
Good job, Jesper.
Way to bring it around. So, well, it's time to go.
Yeah.
It's really time to go.
It is.
So I thank you guys so much. You can follow us on all our social media links at GR Rideshare, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram.
Periscope on some days.
Yep.
Yeah, apparently I didn't hit Periscope. And join us on Twitch. If we get 50, I don't know, somehow you can make a partner or something like that if you get enough subscribers. So
And also, I don't care where you guys are from. We have great hotels. Okay, August 15th.
Yes.
I want to see all you guys at the picnic.
Yes, it's going to be great. There may be booze.
We may have to kidnap Larry and John.
I know. I'm a little worried about Larry.
Yeah.
So
why?
He has something.
He has something going on. He has to move somebody in, but he's going to try to work around it. Good. So we should probably have checked with him before because, he's
I was Larry's the one person we probably should have checked with outside of town.
I know. He gets special treatment. So
hey.
Well, thanks again, guys. We'll see you in a couple weeks.
Thanks, guys.
Drive safe. Bye.
Bye.